Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss P, and I am back on this YouTube thing. Yes, I did go missing for a little bit, but life always hits in different ways. But this time, I got some stories for you. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss P, and I have a mini story for you. This story is about Joaquin. Joaquin was my first little high school boyfriend that I tried to have in the 9th grade. Well, the double lookalikes, that story is down below. I'll leave the link. Well, I met him before I met them, and they was like, "Oh, we know of him. He's this weird little guy, or whatever the case may be, but he seems nice." I'm like, "Okay." So I would talk to him, and he was like, "I like you. We'll do whatever. You're really cool. You're always nice to me." And we decided to start talking. Well, our relationship lasted 1 week, you guys. Yes, my my shortest relationship. My shortest relationship was 2 hours. That's a wow factor to me. But this one was for a whole week at school. So we established that we was going together, right? And he would, walk me to class, or we would walk to the bus stop after school. He was a skipper. He skipped class, so he wasn't always in his class like he told me he was. But, hey, it is what it is. I was going to class at the time. Well, everything seemed peachy and cream. He would walk me to class, and we would hold hands. Everybody kind of knew we was going together, but we wasn't just too public about it. We would be in the courtyard doing lunch and stuff like that. Well, I'm in the courtyard with my friends at the time. It was the twins and a couple of more other people. And next thing I know, I see Joaquin in the courtyard. And I'm like, "Hey, babe." But he ain't saying nothing. He like walking, speed walking. Next thing I know, he takes off running like a pepper jack rabbit, just gone. I'm like, "What the hell?" Next thing I know, the entire cafeteria is running behind him. And I'm like, I'm big, so I didn't go necessarily chasing. But by the time I got to the back buildings where the ROTC was, that fool had jumped the fence trying to get away from everybody. And I'm like, oh my God. So, of course, it's like a Thursday or Friday, because for some reason, it was a Friday, because I didn't see him the entire weekend. I was so nervous. I was panicking. I was like, oh my God, we didn't really have phones then or whatever. He didn't have a phone. Let me say that. I had a phone. He didn't have a phone really, so it was like I didn't have no kind of way to contact him to see what the hell happened. Well, at my school, word gets around kind of quick, so by Monday morning, I knew what happened. This fool sat up there and went to a predominantly blood school. I'm not part of no affiliation of nothing. I'm a part of Jesus gang. Okay, blessings, good gang. Okay. Anywho, he pretended to be one. And why did he do that at that school? Of course, you're going to be tested by kids. But you for damn sure don't want to be tested about your knowledge. And I knew that from the rip. Like, going to that school, before I even got to that school, middle school was even talking about when you go to the school, if you a part of this, that, and the other, you better know what it is. Hell, we was at the point where we couldn't even have the shoestrings on. Yeah, it was that serious. The Band-Aids on the clothes, automatic detention. Like, that's how serious it was. So, I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, I can't say that I'm associated with him at all, because I didn't know how deep it ran. Look, I watch movies and connections be real, Like, I'm not trying to be a part of that, and I just started my life. So I could not say that was my boyfriend. I could not say I knew him. I'm like, no, nah, mm-mm. I just talked to him from here to there. He always walked me to class because I was being picked on. Just simple shit. I would never say that we go together. So finally, like a couple of years after that situation, I ended up running into him. He was walking down the bayou. And I had to, I didn't have a car. We was passing them. I was with somebody. I don't even know how or whatever, but I had them stop. And I was like, Joaquin? He's like, yeah, who you? I'm like, it's me, Baby D. He's like, oh my God. So he started apologizing. I did not mean to get you wrapped up. He knew exactly what I was looking for, like answers. Like, bruh, like you left me at that school with your shit, and I'm having to hear about it, and I'm having to make sure my friends don't be like, yeah, that was her boyfriend. You know, I had to make sure, I had to cover ground. I had to still be there. And I'm like, oh my God, why would you do that? I wanted to fit in. That's not that serious. Like, I wasn't fitting in, so we didn't need to fit in. I was one of them girlfriends. We don't have to fit in, but oh my goodness. It was a lot. And I was like, I had to cover a lot of grounds for me to just be okay at the school. And so he explained the situation. He got caught up hanging out with some people one time. And he just thought it was dope and he wanted to be, you know, a part of it. But didn't want to necessarily go through, you know, the steps. I guess it's a process. Just like any sorority or whatever like that. They have steps to show your, you know, devotion. And it's like he didn't want to do that. So I was like, you know what? We, of course, we're not talking anymore. You know that, right? He was like, yeah, but I really liked you. Just know it was genuine. I just got caught up at the wrong end of things. My Actually, now that I think about it, I think that's my only real genuine apology from my ex. Interesting. I just thought about it. Yeah, that was my only real apology from my ex because the other ones didn't mean shit. Like, it didn't mean anything to him. Interesting. Anyways, but yeah, at least I saw that he was well after that, but I was not sure where he went after that. I didn't keep up with him because he was still on the go. He seemed like the type that was like a nomad. He couldn't sit still. So it was like, that wasn't going to work anyway. But I was happy to see him after all that time, that he was, you know, still moving around, but he was on high alert like a canary. Like, who that, who that, who that? So, ain't no telling where he is. I hope he okay, though, because he wasn't a bad person. He just got caught up in the wrong shit. And I wasn't about to get wrapped up in that fan at all. Like, I'm good. But, yeah, that was my little high school boyfriend for a hot second. And, yeah. That's just a mini story just to give y'all a little something light-hearted, you know. Like I always say, God bless your heart and all your parts. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.